All right, let's put this to rest. I'm done with this topic, okay? You've been asking me so many times. Here is the final answer. The 16-inch MacBook Pro is always the way to go. Skip the 14-inch. There are really only two reasons why you would get the 14-inch, and I'll get to that. But mostly, getting the 14-inch is just a mistake. Now, I've made videos before about the 14 versus the 16 for software development, and I want to expand on that a little bit here in this video. In that video, I clearly demonstrate the benefit of the larger screen, even if it's something as simple as the number of lines of code that can be seen at once. This alone will make you more productive, and if it makes you more productive, what are we talking about here? But developers aren't the only ones that'll benefit from a larger screen. Anyone that does anything will benefit from more real estate. Yeah, I said it. It's something silly, but I said it. Anyone that does anything. But it's so true. If you use a computer or a laptop, you're gonna benefit from a larger screen. Whether you're doing software development, video editing, art, heck, even if you're writing emails, you can see more stuff on the screen. Why not? All right, so obviously it has a bigger screen. We know this. Let's get to some of the other stuff. The 16-inch MacBook Pro is the only one that offers high power mode for the M2 Max chip, if you're getting the M2 Max chip, that is. The 14-inch doesn't offer that. I exclusively use the high power mode because why wouldn't you? You're getting the most juice out of your machine, the most power for the most performance. That's a no-brainer. I would always have that on, especially because the battery lasts so long and it always lasts me more than a day of work. I would just have it in high power mode all day long. Then when I'm done, I plug it in. That's it. And it keeps being on high power mode. You don't get that option with a 14-inch. You also get a nice giant 140 watt power brick with a 16-inch, which you don't get with a 14-inch. Sure, you can buy it extra. It's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. I hate paying for power bricks, especially when they come with the computer. So you can get that 140 watt one for free included in the box with the 16-inch, but not with the 14-inch. You've probably seen a lot of YouTube videos that say, oh, the 14-inch is great, it's so compact, the 16-inch is just so heavy. Heavy? Yeah, it's heavier, it's a pound heavier than the 14-inch. What's gonna happen to you if you carry an extra pound? My shoes weigh more than a pound. You'll be fine. Carrying a 16-inch MacBook Pro with an extra pound of weight is totally worth the performance benefits and other benefits that you're gonna get from it. Yes, for that extra pound, you get the bigger screen size. You're gonna have bigger speakers. Actually, the speakers are supposedly the same, but they sound different. If you listen to the 16-inch and the 14-inch next to each other, which I've done, you can check the videos out that I had on the channel testing all these machines here. You can definitely notice a difference in the audio. The 16-inch sounds much fuller, the sound coming from it, whereas the 14-inch, it sounds good. The 14-inch sounds better than a lot of other computers out there, but the 16-inch sounds bigger and better and bassier. I don't know how. I mean, it does have bigger grills than a 14-inch. Maybe that has something to do with it. So there's that. There's also the bigger battery. It's gonna last longer than the 14-inch. So what? That battery is gonna add a little bit of weight, but I would take that over the machine that's not gonna last me as long. Now with the M1 series, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max, there was still a question between the 14 and the 16. People were still trying to decide and figure it out. But now with the M2 series, with the M2 Pro and the M2 Max, and probably with the upcoming M3s whenever that comes out, Apple decided that they will run the machines hotter. They will allow a higher ceiling for that temperature to go up. And I've been doing the tests here on the channel. I can see that Apple raised that threshold. What happens when you do that? Well, the body of the machine is going to get hotter. And if the machine is larger, it's going to dissipate that heat better than the smaller machine. This is just physics, folks. The 16-inch machine is going to have better cooling than the 14-inch machine. And what do computers like? Cooling. Now, in my previous videos, I did mention that there is a benefit to the 14-inch when you're in the nosebleed section on an airplane. So you're sitting there like this, and the person in front of you leans their seat back, and you have very little space. A 16-inch machine is gonna have a hard time fitting on that tray table. But unless you're flying all the time, and that's your job, you're a pilot or you work on an airplane, or maybe you're a constant traveler where you're on airplanes all the time and you're sitting in the nosebleeds. That's a weird word, by the way. Nosebleeds? Who came up with that? I don't know. But the economy seats, the tiny seats where you don't have much space, you know what I mean. Unless you're doing that all the time, buying a smaller machine just to accommodate that is not worth it. I will gladly suffer a little bit less space if I get more screen real estate on the 16-inch. Now, I did say that there are a couple of reasons why you could still get the 14-inch. I don't think they're great reasons, but here we go. The first reason is obviously price. The 14-inch is less expensive than the 16-inch. And I say less expensive carefully. I didn't say cheaper, because guess what? All these machines are really freaking expensive. You're already paying a huge amount of money for a 14-inch machine, starting at $2,000 and going up from there. That's a lot. If you're already forking over so much money, why not save a little bit more, spend a little bit more, and get the bigger, badder machine? Badder, by badder I mean gooder. Neither one of those are words. What am I doing? The other reason why you might want to get the 14-inch is if you have that really favorite laptop bag, and it's just 14 inches, and you love that laptop bag so much, and you want to take that everywhere, that you just can't fathom putting a 16-inch machine in there because it won't fit. So you're forced to buy the 14-inch machine because of a laptop bag. There's really no other good reason to buy a 14-inch. If you want a smaller machine, just get the MacBook Air. Seriously, folks, let's finish this topic once and for all, and I will see you in the next one.